Hi there, this is Warren from EFT Solutions. I'd like to demonstrate a software licensing system that I've been working on. This system can be used with the EFT software products and any other EFT Solutions software products. So this application is loaded onto the pin pad at the same time as all the other software is loaded, and it's the first application that runs on the first boot of the device, and its sole purpose is to check if there's already a license file installed. If there's not, its job is to obtain one. So it's password protected. It's 1234 at the moment. We can change that. So there's three proposed methods of obtaining a license. And these could be run in the factory at the time the software is initially loaded on the device, or it could be installed. It could be executed at the point of installation. And the benefit of that is that the license file isn't activated until the software is actually installed or commissioned, and therefore you won't be paying license fees for months while the device is sitting on the shelf. So there's three proposed options here. I'll just run through them quickly. I'll demonstrate them. So the QR code link. This is where we have a smartphone with a camera, and the smartphone has an internet connection. The device displays a QR code with information embedded in it. You scan it with the phone, and you obtain a license that way. Second is manual entry. This is where the device displays on the screen information like the PTID, the serial number, and a check code, and then that information is manually entered into a website, and then the website, the web licensing portal, then provides a license code, which you key into the device. The third option is a network, where the device obtains a license code over a TCP/IP network. In order to do that, the device must have TCP/IP connectivity over the internet. So that's not going to be suitable for a lot of on-site installations. Options 1 and 2 have been specifically designed with that in mind, where the installer may have a smartphone with them. Option 2 could be handy if the installer doesn't have a smartphone. They could call someone on a regular phone who is sitting in front of a web browser and read out the numbers over the phone to them and obtain an unlock code, which they can then enter into the pin pad. So I'll show you quickly each option. So option 1, QR code link. Right, so the pin pad here is displaying a two-dimensional QR code with some embedded information about it in it, about the pin pads, and also a web link to the EFT Solutions licensing portal. So what I'm running here on my iPhone, this is a free application that scans QR codes. There's dozens of them. They're free. They're very standard. There's no custom software required on the smartphone. It uses off-the-shelf browser and QR code scanning programs. So this will work on iPhone, Android, whatever. So what I'm doing here is just scanning the code with the camera. So it's got the link, and then it opens the iPhone Safari browser, and I'm not sure if you can see that. It's asked me to log in. So this is the EFT Solutions software licensing portal website. It has user logins protected. So let me just log in with a test account here. And I'll rerun that again. I'll rescan that again rather. Okay, got it. Okay, now this has picked up, transferred the details about the PED to the licensing website. Here we have the PTID, the serial number. Hit confirm, and it gives us a 6-digit license code. In this case, it says license code already allocated because I've previously allocated a license to this pin pad. If this was the first time we were getting a license for this pin pad, it would just have a slightly different message there. This just tells us it's already, it's already been run. So on the pin pad, we just press enter here, and we enter the license code, the 6-digit code, 493838. Hit enter, and license code validated. Then the pin pad will reboot. Now in a production pin pad, this will then the licensing program will then actually delete itself and fully remove itself from the pin pad altogether after it saves a license file on the pin pad, which then can be used by FPay. So option 2 on the menu here, manual entry. Right, so what this does is instructs the user to go to lic.fpay.eu, which is it's the same licensing portal but with a different page. On that page, it will prompt the user to enter the information that's displayed on the screen here. That website's still in development, but this is essentially the same information that's encoded in the QR code licensing option. It's just displayed in numeric form here rather than a graphical two-dimensional QR code. So this could be run by an installer with a smartphone, or an installer with a regular phone without internet access. They could call up someone who's sitting in front of a web browser with the relevant logins, who can then go to this website address here, the licensing portal, and plug in these numbers, and it will the website will generate a 6-digit activation code, exactly the same as what you'll get out of the QR code process. So once they've read out all of that info, just a note about the checksum here. This has 2 purposes. The first purpose is to protect against keying errors when the user keys these figures into the licensing portal website. Second purpose is that it is a hash of this information, and essentially that authenticates that this information came from a valid pin pad with the proper software on it, and that these numbers haven't been doctored or altered at all. So once we have the activation code, we press enter and we type it in here, and I know I'll enter an incorrect one. I'll show you what happens. So we get an error code here. So we run through the process again, and we type in the correct one, and that's done. And finally, option 3, the network method of obtaining a license file. Now this isn't implemented yet, but in this case, the pin pad must have TCP/IP connectivity and be able to reach our licensing portal website. It communicates via HTTP protocols to send information about the PED to the licensing portal, and then gets a license file back. And this is an automatic process. If this thing's already connected on an Ethernet network, you just press number 3 and it will do the whole thing. There's no keying required, and that's it. Thank you.